Okay, so what we're learning? We're learning static routing. Okay, routing. What is routing? Just now we understand the routing is nothing but uh, router does a routing, and routing is nothing but forwarding of packet from one network to another network, right? So that is called a routing. So like in India router, it will do a routing. How it will do? It will maintain a routing table. Okay, routing table. So in the routing table, the router by default it store its directly connected network. We have seen this in our what is called router on stick, that lab. So see, for India router, how many interface connected? Ethernet 0 and Ethernet 1. So what is their network? 192.168.10.1 and 192.168.1.0 slash 24 and 10.0 slash 24. So router will have this list 1 and 2. So India router know these two networks. Similarly, USA network in its routing table, it will know about its own LAN, okay, this one, and it will know about this WAN. Okay, it will have a two WAN. So now the question here is, in this diagram, how many networks you see? Can you tell me first? How many networks are in this diagram?
3.
Exactly, three networks. First network is this one, India LAN. Okay. Second network is this USA LAN. And what is the third network? Third network is nothing but this WAN connectivity. This is called. This is also one of the. This is also one of the network. So see, now tell me one thing. By default, okay, when we are just going to create this diagram on our packet tracer. So now tell me, by default, I told you, by default, India, like by default, every router store the routing table, all its directly connected network. Now tell me, for India, how many networks are directly connected? Come on, first.
1. Sorry, 2.
Two. Others?
One.
Okay. Varis? How many networks are directly connected to India router?
2.
See, okay, India router has two interfaces. So two interfaces has two networks. So India router know about this network and this network, two router. So by default, it will have two routes. Similarly, US router, how many networks directly connected here?
Again, 2.
Again, two, guys. Come on. This is 1 and 2. Because directly connected means, see, the physical cables are there. Directly connected. See, this one interface, this one interface. So obviously, every interface will have a different network. So to this interface, this network is connected. To this interface, this network is connected. So two networks directly connected. Okay, now see, for the routing, the condition is, see, if suppose now tell me, if suppose India network, what is the India LAN 192.168.10.10.0? Can this LAN talk to this LAN? The question.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Anyone? Okay. Why not? If you give me the answer, you are understanding the routing. Come on first.
Because the other.
Because
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Come on. Yeah, you're close.
because two routers have become different networks.
Okay. See, as I told before, this router, okay, he should know. It does routing. It forward one network to another network. So let's say what happened. The packet, one of the computer, 192.168.10.1. This guy started. So when it reached to the switch, the switch will pass it to its gateway. Okay, this is the gateway of the India LAN. So when it go here, so what router will see? It will see, okay, you are coming from 192.168.10.1. Okay, fine, I know you. Where you want to go? I want to go to 192.168.20.1. So is India router know about 20.1, 20. network?
It's not in the routing table.
No, it is not in the routing, because in the routing table only two networks here. So India router don't know about this one, so it will drop the packet. Similarly, USA network, when 192.168.20.1, this machine, he want to talk to 192.168.10.1, this machine. So if he reach here to USA router, so does USA router know about this LAN, which is not directly connected?
Yeah.
Okay. Now one more question. See, we understand there are three networks here. One network, one, two, and three. Three networks here. So now tell me, to the India router, which network is not directly connected?
20. 20 to 0.
20. Good, good. Okay, for a USA router, which network is not directly connected?
10 to 0.
Exactly, 10 dollars. This network. Because see, directly connection means what? Directly connection means a physically connected there. But if you see the India router, this LAN, it is not directly connected. For USA, this is not directly connected. So, you know, the missing routes. So to make the communication, we need to add in India router this guy 192.168.20.0. This network we need to add here manually. This is called static routing. Similarly, on USA router, he don't know about this 192.168.10.1. So you need to add this is manually. Yeah. So what is the command? The command is IP in India router. You have to say IP route 192.168.10.0 that is the destination network. Subnet mask 2255.255.255.0. Then next hop. What is the next hop? Like it is next hop is nothing but the next this IP address. So if it start from here, so it will reach to this is the nearest exit point, entry point. So this guy will be the next hop to reach USA. Similarly, on USA network, this guy from USA router, if you want to go here, so this will be your destination. Sorry, next hop, vice versa. So the moral of the story is, out of these three, you have three networks. So if you want a complete communication, then both the routers should have all three networks in their routing table. If it is not there, then communication will not happen. Understand? So now we will see here on packet tracer the same diagram. Okay, and I will give the notes. So we will use the same diagram in throughout the routing. Okay, so I'm taking two routers, one router here and another router is here. Okay, so and I need one access switch. See, we are not going to do any VLAN and all this time because we are learning a routing. This is access switch, and we are going to take one machine each just for the testing. Okay, so this is tag. So we will give assign machine this 192 to 168 dot and 168 dot 168 10 dot 10, and this machine we will say 192.168.10 20.10. Okay, then we are going to connect it. Okay, this is again access layer, and I'm connecting from here first. This is also like this here. Then from here, as we know, we did in router and stick. I'm connecting fast ethernet 0 by 10 this interface to fast ethernet 0 by 0. Okay, I'm connecting 0 by 0 as my LAN, and by default the router interface will be shut down. You know this. Then here I'm connecting same 192.168 here. Sorry, this one. So let me give the name India RTR. RTR means router, and this will be I will give the name USA or RTO. Okay, so now see, now generally what happen here is we will take a WAN connectivity. WAN connectivity means what? Internet, and we will reach out to the ISP. So ISP will give you the WAN connectivity, and for the WAN we will see the WAN in WAN chapter. We will discuss about the WAN connectivity option. But logically, what will happen? So they will give you connectivity. So they will be like this: 0 by 1. Let's say I'm connecting from here to here, 0 by 1. Okay, so here you need to imagine that actually these are not directly connected by cable. Actually, the ISP is there. The USA ISP is connecting you to the India ISP. Okay, this you need to understand. In the real time, you're not going to pull the cable from India to USA. That ISP will do. You're not doing anything. Okay, so this is India ISP. Okay, they will give you the connectivity because they have cables connected to via sea, and different options are there underground. USA ISP, the Verizon, and n number of
Tata.
ISPs are there. Yeah,
Tata, I think also.
yeah. In India, Tata, and yeah, there are n number of ISPs. So you got this. So this is your physical connectivity. Okay, and what you need to do next is, see, we are not going to do anything here, yeah, on the switches and all, but here one thing only in the machine. Okay, we need to give the IP address 192.168.10.10, and the gateway 192.168.10.1. So the exactly, if you do this, so there will be no problem. Similarly, on this machine 192.168.20.10, and the gateway will be 192.168.20.1. Okay, mention IP step. Okay, now okay, let see we are not going to touch anything on ISP. This is just for our understanding that okay, they are connected via the WAN. Next, on the switch side, see, trunk and all, we are not, because we are not passing any multiple VLAN. So by default, the VLAN 1 will be passed here. So nothing we are going to configure on this switch, and we no need to assign the port and all, because by default they are in VLAN 1. Okay, so now directly go to this router. Okay, guys, see it very clearly. Okay, right now I'm in India router. So always it will say continue with configuration dialog. Say no. Now you are in the router. First thing first, give the host name. Host name is nothing but, I will say India RTR. Okay, this is my host name. If I see show IP interface brief, can you see I have a two interface and both are currently down. Okay, so as I decided, my LAN gateway config terminal, my LAN is connected. If you go here and see, my India LAN is connected fast 0 by 0. So I will give my gateway, this gateway 192.168.10.1. I will assign that IP address here. So how I'm going to assign that? Config terminal, invalid, interface fast 0 by 0. Okay, I can say IP address 192.168.10.1, 255.255.255.0. And there is one more command. We can put a description also under the interface, what exactly is the interface. So I can say in the description, this is the optional, but for our understanding. So I will say India LAN. India LAN is connected to my this interface, and I will say no shutdown. Done. So my India LAN is up. Okay, and once I've given that, so you can see the routing table. Show IP route. Can you see? As the default behavior of the router store in its routing table directly connected network. So 10.0 is directly connected. So India router got this route, right? Now our second thing is we need to assign the WAN. So this is also one of the network. So when ISP give you the cable, so you need to give a WAN. You should have this network also. You need to decide this. Okay, so you need to give the same network IP address here and here also. Okay, now let me give the fast Ethernet 0 by 0, 0 by 1. Config terminal interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1. I will give the description. Description is, I will say, I will say connected to ISP. Okay, and I will say IP address 192.168.1.1 255.255.255.0. That's it. Done. Now see the show IP route. Can you see? Oh, okay, sorry. One more thing. You need to no shutdown. Exactly. No shutdown. Okay. So IP route. Can you see? Still, you have one route only. You know why? Because the other side is down. Other side is down. Okay, so now, okay, so in this route, India router, that much configuration, that's it. So now I'm going to the USA configuration, USA router. Okay, so just say no, enable, then config terminal, say host name first, USA RTR. Okay, then view the interface, fast Ethernet 0 by 0. This is USA LAN. So I will say in the description, USA LAN. Okay, and the IP address, the gateway 192.168.20.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, no shutdown. Done. Similarly, I will say my another interface 0 by 1. Okay, and it is going to description. I will say connected to SP. Okay, and I will give the IP address 192.168.1.2 255.255.0. No shutdown. Done. So IP route, can you see it? Oh, still it is there. Okay. So
Cloud maybe.
sorry?
Because of cloud, if you remove this cloud, no?
No, nothing. Okay, one more thing, guys. Do you remember when we use the direct cable? See, we use this cable. So we are connecting router to router. So we should not use this cable. So we need to use this copper cross cable. Got it? Because two similar devices, remember, two similar devices. Okay, can you see both are green? Both are green. So I think this session is going to disconnect. So the verification I will do once we join back. So guys, that's why I'm telling, if we start 12:30, right, I have the Zoom license, so there will be no disconnection. But for Muhammad, it's difficult, I think. Okay, no problem. We need to continue with the same like this, because this session will disconnect in 1 minute only. Okay, so we configure India router, we configure the US router.